Hello there, my name's Nadia and I'm from the Mobility Physio. Some of you may recognise me from classes and groups I've done with you before, and today I'm just going to provide for you a visual reminder of those balance exercises that I've done with you before. So balance is really important, and with lack of exercise our balance can worsen. So it's really important we do something to challenge our balance and maintain our strength whilst we're not able to be so active. So this video just simply goes through 6 balance exercises for you to perform 2 to 3 times a week and in a safe environment in your own home. All you need is maybe a bottle of water, a chair to sit on if you need to rest and to make sure you have something to sit to should you wobble, a firm surface to hold on to and a good pair of shoes. None of those sloppy slippers or stilettos. So we'll go through the exercises one by one and we'll get started. So the first exercise is heel raises. And for this, all we're going to do is go up onto our toes. Now, as I said, something firm to hold on to. And if you're slightly taller, you may find it easier to use a work surface as they tend to be slightly higher, might be easier to hold on to. You could also use a walking frame or a walking aid that is designed to take your weight through it. No four-wheeled trolleys, I'm afraid, they can move. That and then a chair behind you so that if you should wobble, all you do is have a seat, or if you need a rest. Good pair of shoes on and we're ready to go. So you turn and hold on to your surface. And then what we do from there is we go up onto our toes. Now, if you want to make this slightly harder, you could hover your hands above the surface. If, however, you want to make it easier, you could do 1 foot at a time, or you could sit down and do it sitting in your chair. So we're going to do 10. Are you ready? Off you go. 1, 2, 3, go all the way up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Fantastic. So that's the first exercise done and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so the next exercise this time is toe raises. A little bit trickier this one because it takes your weight backwards and a lot of people find that that is how they tend to lose their balance. So, same again, firm surface, chair behind you, and with this one it's really important we don't stick our bottom out. So bottom tucked in and you're going to just rock back and lift your toes. Same as before, to make it harder, hover your hands, and if you want to make it easier, either have a seat or do 1 foot at a time. Okay, so again, 10, and off we go. 1, 2, much harder this one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fantastic, wonderful. We'll move on to the next exercise, nearly halfway. Okay, so for this next exercise, you need your chair. This one is sit to stands. So we start by sitting down and you're just going to stand up and sit down in turn. To make this easier, you could use a chair with armrests and push from the arms of the chair. To make it harder, sit on a lower chair or do it from your sofa. Might make it quite a bit more tricky, or hold your hands out in front of you. Okay, so again, we're going to go 10. Now do this at your own pace, and if you need a rest halfway, that is fine, just join back in when you can. This is much harder as we go from fully flexed or bent to fully straight or extended. Okay, so off we go. 1, 2, 3, told you this one was harder, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Fantastic. So that's over halfway now, and we'll carry on with the next one. Okay, so exercise 4 is heel to toe stand. So this one tests your lateral or sideways balance. So for those of you who tend to fall sideways, this one may well be harder. So you can have a walking aid on one side or your firm surface, either just on one side or your walking aid in front of you. So for this, it's a bit like standing on a tightrope. So you're going to put one foot in front of the other, with your heel resting on your toe. To make this a bit harder, just don't hold on and hover your hand. To make it a bit easier, hold on or put your feet just slightly wider apart, still one in front of the other, but slightly wider. So for this, we're going to do it one way round, count to 10, and then we're going to swap sides. If you have a weak leg, you'll probably find it's harder with your weak leg at the back. It's always much harder, that one at the back does a lot more work. So, we'll begin. So, hands off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Fantastic. Let's turn round, turn those feet round. So this one, other foot in front. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Fantastic. Right, we will move on to exercise 5. So for this exercise, you need a slightly longer surface because we're going to repeat the previous exercise, but we're going to take steps forward as we do it. So this may be easier to do along a sideboard or a work surface. Don't worry if your longest surface is too short. We suggest doing 10 steps one way, turning round slowly, and then returning, doing another 10 steps. So as long as you do the 20 steps, don't worry too much if you have to do them in 5s or 10s or all in one go. Okay, so apologies if my feet disappear. As I get closer to the camera, I'm afraid my feet might get cut off. So holding onto your surface, and again, to make this harder, you could hover your hand. To make this one easier, you're better to just walk with those feet slightly wider apart. Okay, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've got to turn around there. Bear with me. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got to turn around. Keep going. 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? Make sure you turn around slowly with those turns and do take your time. Right, we're off to the last exercise. So this last exercise is another fairly simple one, but we're going to need our chair back for this one. Okay. So with the chair behind you and your surface in front of you, you're going to just stand on one leg. Sounds nice and simple, sounds like an easy exercise, but it's a really important one. If you can't stand on one leg, you're going to struggle to step forward, as walking is simply a series of standing on one leg. So it's really important we get strength equally on both sides and are nice and stable in this position. So again, to make it harder, hover those hands. To make it slightly easier, hold on, and also you could just touch your toe to the floor. Let me show you that foot. Just touch your toe to the floor so that it's nice and close, okay? The higher you lift your leg, the more likely you are to wobble. Okay, so we're going to do this for a count of 10, and then we're going to swap sides and repeat it again. So, we'll start with this side. Foot up, and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. We're now going to swap sides and do it the other side. Leg up and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. So that's the end of the last exercise. I really hope you've enjoyed this, and you can use this video as much as you like to give yourself that motivation and that prompt to do them and that reminder of what they are. If you do have any queries or questions, please don't hesitate to contact us, and we can see how we can help you. We really hope you stay safe and stay well, and we shall see you all after this for a lovely cup of tea. Thanks, bye bye.